Well, hello, Aquarius. Welcome back to PeonyLore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. I want to say thank you so much to all of you guys that tune in, but I want to say a special thank you to the new subscribers. It is very meaningful to me to be able to continue to do this type of work. This is now my full-time work, and I am loving it. So I realize I'm about a day or two late. The 4th of July, we had some challenges within the household with illness, and so I am a couple of days late with a couple of the different signs, but the energy is still on point, and this is the right time to complete your reading. So as we have done before, we are going to start off with the Sacred Geometry deck to provide you with what your angels want you to know. Again, Aquarius, your angel is Archangel Cambiel, okay? So Cambiel is stepping forward and is providing all sun, moon, and rising Aquarius with the most meaningful information that they need for the high energies for this particular week, okay? So, well, you got a couple of cards. First, you have a frequency card, and you also have, wow, holy buckets, you guys have 3, okay? So, the first one is a frequency card. So we have 528 hertz that is going to be needed to be listened to this week. This is energetically a number 9, just so that you're aware, almost at the end of a cycle. You also have the icosahedron, which is about speaking your truth, which is card 20, which is 2. That's master energy right there. And then the third card that you have is card number 10, which is unlimited potential, consciously creating your new reality. This is also another master number, and I'll get into why those dates are extremely important for you here in just a few minutes. I was guided for July to utilize a couple of different oracle cards to support these here. So we're going to go in with our Earth Magic deck. And let's see what we have for our Aquarius. The Aquarius is the island, solitude. So to support this energy, it's going to be important for you to realize that you have to come down a little bit out of the rafters and you need to spend some time with yourself. I envision this as like the Hermit card, a lot of Virgo energy, but basically what they're saying is that you need to have some time to yourself at this particular moment, and that's important for anyone. But especially for us air signs, you got to be able to come down out of the rafters a little bit and ground. And so you're being invited to kind of go within and have some personal solitude. Okay. The other deck that we're going to go in with now is the Gateway Oracle. And this is for our Aquarius. Oh, that was fast. Thank you. Ooh, looky. So the card is titled Flying Free, and it's talking about I unfurl my wings and I fly. So, you know, if you're being asked or being guided towards the fact that you're consciously creating your reality and that there are transformations and miracles coming, and all you got to do is speak your truth. You know, I'm looking at the color patterns here that match the cards. There's something that needs to be said that's going to allow you to move forward with whatever is going on in your world. Okay, so we're going to uncover all of that here. For the month of July, I'm using a new tarot deck. I am using, well, new to you guys, as far as myself presenting the information through spirit, but we are using the in-between tarot deck. And the reason we're using this one is because it's going to better articulate, especially for this month of July, and all of the different portals and energies and things that are here, why you're in the position that you're in. And so basically it's kind of like 2 tarot cards in one. Obviously, you know that tarot is the journey of the Fool, and it talks about all of the day-to-day as well as the major areas of life that we all have to go through. And in this particular deck, it's talking about that bridge between the 2 cards that is most important for you to be able to hear and understand. So the first 2 cards out for Obviously, you're not seeing in this until Tuesday, but that's okay. Monday's energy was the Ten of Swords energy going into the Ace of Swords. So there was an ending of something and the beginning of something that started for you yesterday. It turns in from the Ace of Swords into the Ace of Cups. So not only do you have new mental clarity about something, you actually have a new gift of emotion. And this Ace of Cups is coming in here to also clear a lot of your throat chakras that are out there. It transitions into the Two of Cups because there's a new partnership on its way. Okay, woohoo! We got a story here. So let's do this. Wednesday's energy. And look at that. You've got the Lover card that turns into the Chariot. On Thursday, we go from the Four of Cups into the Five of Cups. And then Friday, we go in from Temperance into the Devil's energy. Let me pull the rest of the week down, and then we'll talk about what was going on in the astral with each one. Saturday energy for our Aquarius. That was fast. Thank you. Saturday's energy has you between the Hangman and the Death position. That's really good. And then Sunday's energy has you in from the Six of Cups transitioning into the Seven of Cups. So this is really good. This is honestly lining up and stating that there are some transitions that you are going through right now. Now, the bottom of the deck, what we have is this King of Cups transitioning into the Page of Cups. So there's a transfer of knowledge from someone, whether it's someone transitioning information to you, there's new insight that you're receiving, and or you are utilizing all of your insights and energy, and you're going to be transferring this into your own self as far as new life, new energy, new project, new relationship. That's what this card represents. And or again, someone is transferring their older knowledge into you to continue to help you move forward. So that's the energy that we have at the bottom of the deck that supports the remainder of this reading. I'm just going to move this little dude over here, and then we're going to go and get into it. Okay, so the 5th, which would have been yesterday, would have been Monday, we had an issue of security for a lot of people because Taurus was moving into the balsamic moon phase, okay? And there's a lot of sensitivity going on with people. There's a lot of dreaming about your future options. There's a lot of dreaming about kind of where you want to be, what you want to see, how you want to do it, those different types of things. Not necessarily a bad energy, just kind of dreamy energy with the different energies that are going forward. But a lot of people that are extremely sensitive and that are tuned in are really starting to see and feel more signs, more signs and synchronicities about things coming up. And then dreams for people are just really off the charts and will be for the remainder of the month. Tuesday's energy, which is where we're at today, is just kind of carrying some of that information through. So like I said, this kind of lines up when we're talking about something old, kind of leaving your energy with the allowance of some new data to come forward, okay? But I am going to take a clarifier on this Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords moment for our Aquarius here. Give me some more information about what's going on with Aquarius. All right. So the card that we get is the Five of Wands. Well, that's good. So what you're releasing was internal challenges, internal battles of your brain. This could have been some conflict with a different individual, of course, but you're coming out of that particular state, which completely lines up here with this Ace of Swords receiving that new clarity. Some of you had to cut someone out of your world, and that's okay, but you needed to do it so that you could have your sanity back, okay? Let's get a card on this Ace of Cups, Two of Cups. Again, the Ace of Cups showing up here is new, refreshing clarity that's coming through for you. It's emotional, but it also has some things to do with finance for some people, okay? Now, when we're traveling into this Two of Cups moment, now and I'm getting out of this as they're laying out, is that there is a... there's a new partnership that's on its way to you because your ponies were off in different directions. Like there was not the right balance. There's a little bit too much emphasis on trying to do something very, very quickly, like a hasty decision being made here with the Chariot in the reverse position. We're going to continue forward. Wednesday, tomorrow is 7/7. It is an extremely big portal day. It is a 10 universal day. So there is this unlimited potential consciously creating your reality. And I want to again bring in this Chariot on this Chariot here. We've got the Lovers card and we have the Lovers turning into this situation with Chariot. So there's decisions that are being made, again supported with this Two of Cups. It can potentially have something to do with the relationship. It doesn't have to be like a partnership of boyfriend, girlfriend, that type of a deal, but it definitely has something to do with a partnership of some sort. It can be a business partnership. It can be a best friend that you maybe had a challenge or a falling out with. But at the end of the day, when the Lovers is upright, this is extremely strong choice for people, and usually the choice is the right decision when it sits up in the upright position. You're going to be making a decision about whoever represents this Chariot for you, whoever was creating this imbalance a little bit prior to you receiving this Two of Cups, okay? So for me, I definitely am getting relationship that's in here. Now on this portal day, okay, Gemini, Aries, Capricorn, Virgo, for sure are going to be having some extremely high intuition on this particular day. The moon happens to be squaring Neptune, and the energy is going to carry through at least until Thursday. So what the universe is saying on this day is to finish up any incomplete projects. You need to get that finished. You need to get that finished up. This is also the day that Mercury is finally clear. Even though it went direct on the 22nd of June, we are still in the shadow phase of Mercury until tomorrow. So that is important because anything that needed to have been cleared up would have been slowed up potentially a little bit. And now the trajectory is very swiftly going forward. So yeah, that today's the day, or tomorrow's the day that you need to really be taking advantage of finishing up anything that was on your list of things to do. It's supported by unlimited potential on this day. This is a day that you can consciously call in your guides, your angels, your pantheon of people, whoever they happen to be, in order to help support you with driving you toward this new direction, okay? The Chariot does indicate for some people, as far as relationships being coupled up, that there is a karmic pattern in here that needs to be cleared up between two different people, and this is the universe's way of helping you get to that point. So let's get a clarifier for our Aquarius on this Lover and Chariot, please. All right, so what we have is the Seven of Cups in the reverse position. The decisions for something has been made. There's no confusion in the situation that is in front of you at this particular moment. This Ace of Swords really kind of helped to clear you, and this Ace of Swords is just allowing you to get through and navigate with what it is that you need to do. When the Seven of Cups is in the upright position, it means a couple of different things. It doesn't always have to be confusion for people. More often than not, there's multiple options that are there, and really the universe is just saying, start with the first lowest hanging fruit, okay? And then we can start with the other ones that are there. When it's in the reverse position, you have actively grabbed that thing that it is that you need to take a hold of so that you can start focusing on it. That's what that means, okay? Now let's get to the energy that we have on Thursday. So on Thursday, we've made this decision. Wednesday, you've made a decision. You're utilizing your clarity. So now there's an offer that's coming through. Now there's negotiation is really the word that it's the right word to use in this particular spread. Is there's negotiation that's here. Now someone's going to have to give a little bit in order for someone else to receive something. So someone is going to be feeling in their woes, and this Five of Cups momentum here, kind of feeling ashamed is really the word that I'm getting. They're feeling ashamed about something that would have happened in the past. And so they have a little bit of self-deprecating activity going on here. Woe is me kind of activity. The reality of the situation is when this Four of Cups moment happens, when this offer and this negotiation piece happens, this is something that you really do need to take a look at, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify that offer and this Five of Cups, kind of letting the healing take place. Temperance shows up. Wow. So we have our friend Sagittarius here. This is the throat chakra, all up, all in, all day. Speaking your truth with this icosahedron. This is the day that you want to make that happen. This is the right place, the right time to be able to say anything that it is that you need to say. Okay? That's what you got to do. Be heard. If you are needing to speak your truth, be heard with what it is that you need to say. If you're the person that's in the position of having to listen all the way through and through, because it will make this conversation be a little bit more fluid and positive, especially on the back end. Now, when we get to our Friday here, this is where the new moon in Cancer takes a hold, okay? And this is an emotionally sensitive, charged day, and it's going to be for a lot of people, okay? It just is. Watch your water sign, friends. If you happen to have water in your chart, then just know you're being asked to have some balance here. But the universe is creating something on the back end in order to try to help you with that. It's also about patience, okay? What happens is now Temperance, which shows up here again, Temperance, that throat chakra, is talking about making sure that you're speaking your truth, because the other card that's here is the Devil card, all right? Now, I think this imagery is very interesting to me. I talked about picking your lowest hanging fruit off the tree. Well, we all know what this tree represents, and we know what these shackles are as soon as they start picking these fruits off the tree, as far as holding yourself and binding yourself to something that's not necessarily in your best and highest good. Equilibrium versus extreme and overt passion, or something that is going to bind you to a situation that is not necessarily in your best and highest good. The only other way that I can read this, let me get the clarifier. Let me just make sure. I can feel it, but let me see it come out. Hang on. Woo! Because this is a new day to start a new venture. This is the day. This is why the universe was saying clean up any old stuff here, because this is the day on this new moon in Cancer where you can create that momentum, because it's time to start something new. So let me get the clarifier between Temperance and the Devil, please, on this new moon for our Aquarius. Thank you. Well, yep, there it is. We have the Strength card. So we have, there's energetic healing that is definitely going to be taking place if you allow that to come through. It is possible that Aquarius, you're dealing with a Leo at this particular moment. I just have to be able to put that out there. But the Strength card does say that you do have enough balance within you in some areas to make sure that you're not taking it or holding on to something that doesn't belong to you. Something, someone, an idea, a place. It can be anything when it shows up like this, okay? When we get to Saturday's energy, we are now in the energy of the Hangman, transitioning into death. Okay, so the Hangman is asking you to kind of go in, take hold of all that content that you just received over these past couple of days, okay? The Hangman is giving you an opportunity to surrender to the information that has just been presented to you. And the Hangman is also about making sure that you are being sympathetic in a sense. It is being sympathetic in a sense. This is really heavy Pisces energy, also Scorpio energy that's involved in this big situation, just to put the signage out there. So the Hangman is asking you to kind of go in, review this detail that's come to you, and it's going to reveal to you the next piece of information that you need to have. This is almost like receiving a spiritual awakening in some sense, because everything is changing for you. And the Death card here, the Scorpio energy, is saying whatever has been going on, you absolutely have to let that be done, because there's something new that's on its way. So if it's taking you a few days to navigate what this means for yourself, this is that solitude that comes in. The Hangman needs to be by himself to be within his thoughts so that he can also receive the information that's there. Now, when we get to Friday, the 11th, now Mercury starts to join up with Cancer, and this is the day where inspiration shows up, and this is the exact perfect card that needs to show up, because you'll be feeling between the Six of Cups energy trying to get those good old feelings back, trying to rekindle those good old thoughts and those feelings back so that you can reignite some different choices now back into the Seven of Cups. You're now ready to take that next fruit off of the tree, okay? So let me go ahead and get a clarifier on this Hangman into Death, please. Well, I'll take a story, but I'm going to shuffle that one up because that's a lot. Whoa. And we also have other cards to get into, so. All right, universe, let's have some fun here. Let's understand what's going on for our Aquarius between the Hangman and Death on Saturday. All right, thank you. Two of Cups, a union. This is all about a union. This is all about coming together. This is all about transforming something within yourself, because the Two of Cups represents union. It doesn't always have to be people from a higher level spiritual perspective. It does mean coming into your own alignment with your higher self, your oversoul, your I am presence, okay? Let's get a card on this Six of Cups turning into the Seven of Cups. Thank you. And what we have is the Ace of Wands. Okay, so there isn't going to be a decision from what I can see here about anything passionate showing up. There isn't this new spark at this particular moment. There isn't a new momentum moving forward within what it is that we see here between old memories of the past and new choices that are here. And I'm going to take another card on that one. Show me why the Ace of Wands is in the reverse position here. Thank you. Yeah, star. Something that you want is not ready to present itself in the natural immediately. One more, please. And that makes sense. If you're going through a transition, you've got to allow time to step forward. But it will show up. The Three of Wands is going to show up in your future here. That's the meeting spirit halfway with this choice, okay? It's meeting spirit halfway. There's a decision that was made, and now you've got that forward momentum, and now spirit's meeting you in the middle to make sure that what you want is available towards you, okay? So what I have to tell you is that for some of you individuals, there is going to be an opportunity for reconciliation. It's not going to be an easy reconciliation at all. There's an opportunity for it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get back together, but that does mean that there's an opportunity. And even if it's not a romantic type of a relationship and it's a business partnership or a friendship, somebody close to you that some stuff went a little funky, there is an opportunity to rekindle that. I definitely want to make sure that I put that out there. So we're going to go in with our Oracle of the Radiant. Oh, they said I forgot to flip this one, and I did. I'm sorry. All right, the bottom of the deck that's clarifying, like I said before, is, this information that's coming through the old to the new, and the old to the new energy that's here that we're talking about is this Five of Swords. So it's also possible that the reason that the situation is popping up, yeah, for sure, Ten of Wands moment, so that justice can come through. There's going to be a surprise with communication that is going to solidify your independence. And it is going to come swiftly when it does, but you're going to be looking at another couple of weeks before this information comes to you. This Five of Swords indicates that there is arguing going on, ill will. There's something that still needs to get released, and this ill will that's here could be, again, it could be an argument. It doesn't necessarily have to be. It can also be, this is the card that talks about secrets, and it talks about, stuff that needs to come up and bubble up to the surface so that you can traverse around it. But whatever needs to come out, in the end, it will be justified. That's the Justice card. Again, it will provide a tower moment. The towers don't have to be bad, people. It is going to be surprised. There's a surprise with communication that's going to be coming forward. Again, it's going to provide a little bit more independence, and the Knight of Wands coming through, this is where the passion shows back up. So you're going to probably also need to wait another couple of weeks is what I'm getting out of that card. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the Radiant Sun just to get a little bit more information for our Aquarius as to what is going on here with this situation and what they need to know. All right, who's Aquarius dealing with here? If it's not a Leo and it's not a Scorpio, well, it for sure is going to be a Leo. You have the Sun in Leo. So Aquarius, if you are dealing with the Leo right now, just know that you're going to continue to transform what this relationship is in its current state into a different opportunity, because fortune comes out. There is an opportunity for reconciliation here with this Leo. Okay. Now, the other card that comes out here is influence. And so this is Libra's energy in Mercury. So this has been an influence on you here in the past. And like I said, when Mercury goes direct, and it is direct, this is the opportunity where, you know, stuff starts to get into its little balance here. I know this is Gemini energy, but this is where the influence needs to take place. I did tell you that there was going to be a release of a burden or a set of responsibility that was very challenging for you. I forgot to put that in that deck. What else does our Aquarius need to know here? Getting nosy for Aquarius. Here we go. Thank you. Isolation. Okay. So this is Virgo energy in with Saturn's influence. Isolation. So what you're releasing yourself from, or what I'm getting here, is that you're releasing yourself from a relationship that's been a little bit challenging because you feel like you're alone. And that's kind of, you know, that's a problem. If you're in a relationship and you're feeling alone, that is a problem. That there's something that definitely needs to be fixed there. So the universe wants you to come out of that isolation, which is where this partnership, this Two of Cups, comes into play here. Okay. What else for Aquarius? Well, we've got almost a whole. All right. Again, we have now we have our friend Venus again hanging out here in the position of Libra. So there's indecision, there's waffling that's been going back and forth here. You're trying to protect yourself from whatever the situation is, and that's where speaking your truth comes into play. You've got to be able to protect yourself. So the Gemini energy in the moon is talking about the fact that somebody's being inflexible in the situation. You've got to be adaptable. You've got to allow this Hangman. You've got to hear the other person's perspective with what's going on here. And then again, Monday's energy is the Taurus in the moon energy is exaltation of what needed to happen. You're trying to release old patterns of challenges. And, you know, that's kind of where your story is going to be for the remainder of the week, okay, is navigating through these different types of things. Again, at the end of it, whether it's a friendship, a personal relationship, a business partnership, you're going through a transition right now because something needs to change. Something is not right. Something is not necessarily balanced in the situation. And you are being encouraged, Aquarius, to make sure that you're speaking your truth. Because if you want this reconciliation, if you want it to try to change, then you have unlimited potential in that. You definitely need to spend a little bit of time by yourself really figuring out what that is. And it will allow you to fly free when you speak your truth. And you'll be able to move forward with ease and grace. You absolutely will, because when you're solid, that means there's no confusion in the situation for anybody else either, okay? So now I want to pull an angel therapy card for our Aquarius. No, I want you to come all the way out. Thank you. Thank you. Crystals. Well, okay, there's two meanings to this particular card. The first one is that you are going to see the situation, if you haven't already, very crystal clear. But what they're inviting you to do at this particular moment is to utilize any crystals that you love and like, and we will talk about the suggestions here. I'm sure that we're going to see rose quartz, and I'm sure we're going to see, anything else in that family for healing heart chakra. But I would also encourage you, and this is just for me gathering it, that you probably need a higher vibe crystal if you can, to really help you when you get into this hangman moment, to really just like bring it all together. We'll go through in just a few, okay? But crystals could support you very much. But again, you will be seeing the situation crystal clear. What I need to say, what I need to do, and how it's going to kind of lay itself out in your thought process, okay? We're going in with an angel guidance card here. Okay. We have blessings and abundance are available to you, and we also have forgiveness and understanding. So in this particular situation, okay, that's the other third card that you got. Forgiveness for yourself and others in the situation that you're going through is going to be critical to help you vibrate higher. Blessings and abundance are there for you. Fortune with the abundance comes out here. And abundance doesn't always have to be money, okay? Abundance can be anything that's important for you. The reconnection, there's an abundance of it coming. Resources, there's an abundance of it coming. Clarity, there's an abundance of it coming. Whatever you feel is what you most need as far as abundance for you is definitely on its way. Again, the universe is saying you need to be completely open and honest in this particular situation, not only for yourself, but for this other individual that you're dealing with, okay? So now we're going to go in with our Beyond Lemuria deck here. We're going to pull a card from here. This is for our Aquarius for the 5th through the 11th. Thank you. Whoop, thank you. Yeah. Okay. She of the Lotus. Somebody's feeling very low, whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. Someone is feeling very low. And the beautiful thing about the lotus flower, if you don't know it, is that it grows out of mud, right? So that's important for you to understand. There's also information that's beyond your personal mind, and this is where the unlimited potential comes in for the transformation and miracles that need to happen. You need to know that you actually have the capacity to see and bring this into your future. There are, again, endless opportunities for the way that you need to create this situation. Unlimited potential shows up again, and then there is harmonic flight, which matches up with our other oracle card that we just pulled out. Where'd the little dude go? Well, it's under here somewhere. Sorry. Harmonic flight. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this masculine and feminine, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. This is that union. This is that partnership, even if it's with yourself. All right. So yeah, I'm going to go into the booklet here to see if there's any specific crystal medicine that they want me to provide you with. Well, I was right. they want you to be taking a look at not only your heart chakra, but also your solar plexus chakra. This is the energizing force of where you need to be. So if you want to take advantage of additional crystal medicine, then citrine, pyrite are going to be extremely supportive for you. Pyrite is going to keep you grounded, but it's also going to enliven you. The other crystal that you could use if you don't have any of those other ones to use, like rose quartz or malachite, is going to be any clear quartz. And you need to make sure that you are in a good meditative state, and you ask that quartz to help you support not only your solar plexus, but also your crown chakra. There are a lot of pieces of information that are going to come through. Ask your angels and your guides to step forward in your dream time and offer you the next best level so that you can take what you need for yourself. Okay. All right, Aquarius, you guys have a lot going on here, but you are being set up to realize your own personal power in order to support yourself. Transition through this with how you want it to look at the end of the day. Okay. Speak your truth. It's so important. All right, Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week. Hopefully you were able to resonate with the majority of what I said. If you did, please make sure that you give it a like and you share it out to someone else that you think might be a good recipient for receiving how I provide the information. Feel free to comment below. If you didn't, that's totally fine. Always make sure that you're looking at your sun, your moon, your rising, and your north node specifically to help you with your future trajectory, and that will be supportive for you. So otherwise, if you need additional support, please make sure that you take a look in the description box below. My contact details are in there for bookings. And I also listed all of my cards here because I had a couple of people that emailed me and said, hey, I'm interested in getting that deck. I don't understand what it was. My bad. I apologize, but it's in there now. So you guys can take a look at doing some research for yourself. All right, you guys, that is what I have for you for this particular week. Thank you so much. Many, many blessings. We'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.